Hey everyone, Shaun Stevenson here, author of the Throne series, and I'm gonna probably laugh during this because I'm live recording with a live audience right now. So my whole family's like over that way because I'm visiting my family during Thanksgiving time. So I wanted to show you some different books that we got today. We went to a bunch of different Goodwills actually, because Goodwills here in Oregon are a lot better than other Goodwills in other places. And we also went to Powell City of Books, which is this huge bookstore downtown Portland that has like 4 stories of all these books, and there's different areas. So I was in the Rose Room for quite a while, and I was looking at all the middle grade books and the kids' books and all over that place because I was super interested in what different books they had. And actually, I will have to admit, I was actually a tiny bit disappointed because it didn't have a ton of middle grade spooky books at all. There was not really anything that I was super looking for that I found, but I did find some stuff. And actually, one of the Goodwills was the real jackpot. So let's dive on in and take a look at what we found. So first, I got 2 more books in the Mystery Files of Shelby Woo, which is a Nickelodeon series from the 90s. And I've talked about this before, but I briefly remember seeing this show like an episode or 2 when I was in like grade school or something. So I got book number 2 in the series Takeout Stakeout. So that's another one in the Mystery Files of Shelby Woo. And then I got this one, and I was actually really excited about this because this one's a harder to find one, and online it goes for more like $20. But I found book number 12, The Green Monster. And then I also found some other Nickelodeon books. Mainly, I'm always on the hunt for that Nickelodeon spine, because if you see that, that could mean there's some Are You Afraid of the Darks. I've never actually found any Are You Afraid of the Darks yet, but I did find a couple more Nickelodeon books. So I found this book. I actually do not remember this show at all, but this is The Journey of Alan Strange. And this is, I don't know if this book has a number on it, but this is the book Split Image. So this one, like I said, I don't remember this show at all, but it looked interesting and it had the Nickelodeon on it and it was with all these other Nickelodeon books. So I was like, I gotta just grab it. So I did. And then I found a ton, like almost an entire run of the Secret World of Alex Mack series from Nickelodeon. So this was a series on in the 90s with this girl who she like gets in a chemical spill or something and has like powers and she can turn into goo and stuff like that. I don't totally understand the show, but let me show you all the books I got from that series. So this is The Secret World of Alex Mack, and I don't know the numbers of these because there were no numbers I could find on the books. So this one is Go for the Gold. And then this one is Frozen Stiff. And then this one looks like it's probably a recreation of an episode. It's called I Spy. And then this one is Close Encounters. And then this one is Computer Crunch. I don't even know what these are about, really. This one's, oh, she's in college in this one? Interesting. Okay, well, we'll have to find out. And then this one looks ridiculous. Milady Alex, where they're going to the Renaissance Fair. I don't even know what it's about. And then this one is the Canine, wait, what was it? Canine Caper. I almost thought it was Canine Carpet. This is the Canine Caper. So this looks like a dog one. And, oh yeah, that was all the ones from Nickelodeon. So then I also found some books from the Nancy Drew Notebook series, which I found a couple of these at a store in Tennessee, I believe, at a used bookstore there. So I found 2 of these. So I got book number 8, which is The Best Detective. These are like a 90s series about Nancy Drew that they have like a lot bigger of a font size, and they also have pictures inside of them. So there's all these like pictures that are illustrations in the books as well. So they're more for like that early reader chapter book style, but these are the Nancy Drew Notebooks. So this is number 8. And then I also found number 17, Whose Pet is Best? And then I found another Adventures of the Bailey School Kids. And as my brother said, it's so dumb because what the title is always what's happening on the cover. So this is book number 13, Gremlins Don't Chew Bubblegum. Is she a gremlin or is she not? we'll just have to find out when we read the book sometime. And then I also found this is in the Rick Riordan Presents series. This is book number 2 of this particular series. So after Rick Riordan wrote Percy Jackson and the Kane Chronicles and Magnus Chase and those different series that he did, he also commissioned like a bunch of authors to write other mythologies. So this is another mythology. And so this one is from the Thousand Worlds series, and it's book number 2 in that one. And this is called Tiger Honor, which this is in really great shape. This was from Goodwill with the dust jacket and everything. I couldn't actually believe it. It's a really nice hardback that's in really good shape. So, and this was like $2.99 for this hardback book at Goodwill that normally is like $12.99 at other used bookstores. So I was super excited to find this. And then I couldn't believe I found this book because I've been looking for this book for quite a while. This is book number 3 in the Far World series, which I've had book 1 and 2 in hardback for a very long time. And so I was looking for the other hardback of book 3 because I wanted to have the same matching ones. So I found book number 3 of Far World, and this is Airkeep by J. Scott Savage. So this is a really awesome hardback book. I can't wait to read this and get into the series. So, and then I found another Murder, She Wrote book because I'm always on the hunt for the Murder, She Wrotes. Powell's Books actually had a bunch of hardback Murder, She Wrote books, but since all my other ones are mass market paperbacks, I really wanted to continue finding those and not buying the hardbacks. So I found Murder, She Wrote, Knock 'em Dead, which is another one where one of Jessica Fletcher's books is going to become a Broadway play. So this should be entertaining. And then in the ever confusing What Young Indiana Jones series is this, I found book number 1 in the Indiana Jones or Young Indiana Jones Chronicles series, and that is The Valley of the Kings. Now this one is one of the Choose Your Own Adventure Young Indiana Jones Chronicles books. So there's like 4 different series of Young Indiana Jones, and this is the Choose Your Own Adventure ones, which this one is actually pretty cool because it also has illustrations in it too, which I thought was kind of fun. But that's like kind of that mass market paperback size, and that's book number 1. And then I was super excited to find this because I actually just finished reading the Tales for the Midnight Hour, the first book. And so I found this one, More Tales for the Midnight Hour. And actually this was like off chance that I saw this. It was in the wrong section and I just was looking down. It was like in the picture books. And I looked down and I saw this and I was like, wait a minute, that's another Tales for the Midnight Hour book. So this is a bunch of like short stories that are spooky stories. The first one that I read actually had some really spooky stories and then some that were just dumb. But then some that I was like, oh, I heard this story from kids on the playground at school, and so this must be where this has come from. So I thought this was a super fun one, the first one, so I can't wait to read this one. And then I did find some R.L. Stine stuff. Now I found one Goosebumps book, but I'm gonna have to save that for my next Quest for the 62 video, which should be episode number 5. So that'll be saved for that, but I found some other R.L. Stine stuff. So first off, I found The Girlfriend by R.L. Stine. And these are so ridiculous taglines. It says, when she was good, she was very good. But when she was bad, she was murder. And it says, be mine always on the note. And then the other R.L. Stine book I found was Twisted, which this one looks really interesting. It's about a girl who's joining a sorority, and she's like been dying to get into the sorority, only she's about to find out she might die actually to get in. So this one looks really interesting because it's like a mind games kind of novel, but there's murder involved too. So I'm intrigued to read this one. And then this one was actually, my parents got this one and my mom read it, and so she wanted to pass along to me. So this is the Fear Street book, First Date. So I haven't read this one yet, and I don't have this one yet, so I need to read this one and see what happens. My brother and my mom both read this, and they said it was really good. So I'm gonna have to read it. And then last but not least, I found a Fear Street Sagas book, which I was super excited because I found book number 1, The Betrayal. So this is the series I actually didn't know existed of the Fear Street books until recently when I found book 7. So this one now is book 1. So now I can kind of start reading this and see what happens. So those are all the books that I found on my recent book haul, going to Goodwills and Powell Studio Books with my family. We were looking all over the place, looking through all the different books and things, and we had a good time. We got a little lost trying to find our way back to our car in Portland, but that's fine. We made it eventually, and that's what counts. So until next time, everybody, keep reading. Bye.